Hello and welcome back to Mysti-Fi, your go-to destination for mystery sci-fi movie recaps. Today we're diving into a movie called Awake. Before we begin, I want to remind you that this video may contain spoilers. Without further ado, let's head straight to the story. Jill Adams works as a security guard at a local college where she steals drugs from the research lab to sell. She meets with Greg to sell the drug. After work, she picks up her children, Noah and Matilda, from their grandmother, Doris. While driving, their car loses power and is hit by another car, sending them into a lake. Matilda drowns but is revived by police officers and they reveal that power is out everywhere, including cars. They go to a hospital to get treatment and they learn that the coma patients have awoken. They return home and Jill, Noah, and Doris later realize they are unable to sleep. Jill looks outside and she sees everyone else is also up. Everyone except Matilda as she's peacefully sleeping. On her way to work, Jill sees that the whole neighborhood is awake. She sees Greg and he asks for more drugs. The next morning, the military arrives, along with Dr. Murphy. Brian tells her that people will soon suffer from the symptoms of sleep deprivation. He also reveals there's an old woman being studied at a military base called the Hub, in the hopes of finding a cure for the condition. Jill remembers that Matilda can also fall asleep and she rushes home to find her, worrying that she will be taken to be studied or experimented on to find the cure. She's not home but Noah tells her she's at the church with Doris. Brian gets to their house and asks if Matilda can sleep. To protect her daughter, she told him Matilda was just pretending to sleep but Noah reveals she was sleeping and he woke her up. Brian urges Jill to take Matilda to the Hub but she refuses. The pastor gives a sermon about Matilda being a beacon of hope because she can sleep. The churchgoers want to sacrifice her. Jill and Noah arrive to get her but they don't want to give up Matilda. Brian intervenes and warns them that he will come back with the military to get Matilda. An officer shoots and kills Brian. The people panic and Doris is able to hide Matilda. Noah takes the address to the Hub from Brian's body and flees to the woods with Matilda and Jill. They end up in a garage. Noah tells Jill that they should bring Matilda to the Hub. He says they will both die from sleep deprivation and leave Matilda alone, so Jill eventually reluctantly agrees. Jill takes a car after hiding from two men and picks up Noah and Matilda. On their way, they see the aftermath of a shooting. Jill takes a gun from them. They see naked people in the middle of the street, staring at the sunrise. They eventually reach a library and Noah finds a map to find out how to get to the Hub. While doing so, an escaped prisoner steals their car with Matilda in it. Other prisoners threaten Jill and Noah but they are saved by the prisoner who stole their car. His name is Dodge. They discover plane wreckage on the way so they look for items they might need. Jill teaches Matilda to drive to prepare her for the possibility of living alone when everyone else has died from sleep deprivation. While driving, they are attacked by people but manage to escape. They reach the Hub. Dodge offers to stay but Jill gives him the car and tells him to leave. Jill splits up with her children and enters the Hub. She sneaks in disguised as a lab worker to find the other woman who can sleep. She finds her in very ill condition. Dr. Murphy sees Jill. Jill says she came to help. She asks her if there's a cure. Dr. Murphy says no and that the lab workers have been using a drug that helps the brain function to keep them going but it is only temporary and causes neurological damage. The army sees Jill, her children and Dodge. Matilda tearfully but bravely admits she can sleep. The next day, she sees an ape who has been experimented on and sees that the ape doesn't fall asleep when given anesthetic gas. They use the gas on Matilda and she falls asleep. Jill is handcuffed in a room. Dr. Murphy comes in to ask her about Matilda. She also reveals they think it's a solar flare that caused people not to fall asleep. Jill begs her to let Matilda go but she insists that humanity's survival depends on her. The woman who can sleep goes into cardiac arrest and dies. Jill hallucinates that Noah is threatening to kill her. The soldiers then go insane and begin shooting everyone. Jill goes to rescue her daughter and the two run off together. Noah is hallucinating and cuts a wire, electrocuting himself. Jill and Matilda try resuscitating him using a defibrillator but are unsuccessful. The next morning, Noah suddenly wakes up, saying that he was dreaming. Jill is starting to feel weak from sleep deprivation. Matilda realizes the reason that she and Noah could sleep was because they had both temporarily died. Matilda at the lake and Noah from the electrocution. So they drown Jill in a lake. They try to revive her, and eventually she awakens. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new release. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.